welcome to Lightning Strikes. This is week 7 of the Oak Farms Premier League. We had a lot of action this week. Some teams moved up, some teams moved down. The Goats stayed in first place. It was just one of those weeks to where some teams got a lot of points and some teams only got a few points.
Well, we had some great bowling. We had some bowlers that shot 780 and their teams didn't even win 12 points. So it's very interesting. It's really not how many you get for total. It's about who you beat and who you run up against. It's like a baseball game. You get two pitchers that go 1-1 and they go 7 innings and it's a 2-1 game. Not high scoring, but somebody wins. It's the same in the league. There's teams that have lost for 2,800 badly, and there's teams that have shot 27-0 and taken 22 points. So it's who you draw, and that's the way it's been looking the last 7 weeks.
Absolutely, it's been pretty crazy out there. We have this week coming up, and then we have position round.
Yeah, position round is going to be exciting because it's going to be the first time that all the best teams are going to bowl against one another. Plus, after the first 21 games in the league, now everybody's league handicap for this season now kicks in. Starting this coming week, it'll kick in. So some averages are going to change, and some points are going to change, and some handicaps are going to change. Obviously, it's going to be very interesting now because now everybody can't rely back on last year's average.
It's pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. Now the real deal shows. The first 7 weeks, I think everybody's sort of feeling out. There's a little posturing, and now we're going to find out who's got the nitty-gritty left in them for the next 28 weeks of the league.
See the real deal.
The real deal.
All right, we'll go with match 1. This was we had a Tick Transportation end up pre-bowling against Team 16, Rieger's team.
Well, Rieger had been bowling very bad, and all of a sudden he went 3-1. JJ Feather 3-1. They had a pretty good scratch score, 2382 with 462 pins handicap. To go, there's the magic number, about 2844. Obviously, it got them 15 points. I always feel and have felt since the beginning that 28's the number you want to get to, although there was one team, I had 2,800 twice and got their brains beat in. Hopefully that won't happen too many more times.
Yeah, stupid corners been on the receiving end of those.
Yeah, Tick Transportation, other than Preston Willis, really struggled with 2190, 441 pins. 2631 with handicap isn't going to win any points in this league, so obviously they had a bad week, but they'll be back.
Yeah, also our buddy Dennis Rieger shot 259, 138, 255 for 652.
Well, I've always said the second game is transition. We just hope it isn't that much. He was 100 pins down more than games 1 and games 3, which is very rare. Shot 651. But Dennis is a fighter. There's no quitting Dennis. I'm just glad he bowled well after that 138.
He's a train wreck sometimes.
A train wreck.
Also, another great match is Mark Janinski against Rob Thor was 737 to 727.
Well, again, 737 taking points. They went 2-2. Thor was very lucky there to actually get 2. But I think the team would be very happy with 15 points. And they were bowling a blind that night, so they really didn't know what they were bowling against.
A pre-bowl.
A pre-bowl.
Yeah.
Bowling a pre-bowl blind. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. The match number 2 is the TV pair. This was pretty amazing to watch. With Chris was on fire.
This was amazing because Chris Podnastansky, very tough name to pronounce, shot 741 2 weeks ago, 580 or 590 in the middle, and then last Wednesday night 784 with only 1 open. Started 2 games with the first 8. Really bowled great. I really thought he had a chance for 800. Bowled fantastic. One of the highest series. Is it the highest series in the league so far? Second highest series.
Yes, we got 800.
Yeah, we got 811.
Well, Scott Cooper shot 800, 811.
811.
Jock shot 800.
And then Jock shot 800. So
then,
Chris is 781, 784.
Then McDonald shot 796.
796. So 4th highest score in the league on the TV pair. Second week in a row we had great scoring. Obviously Fred Engels with 300. I really thought Chris was going to shoot 300. He got the broom. He got all 4. That's the way to go. And he beat Joe Sgordado, who's pretty tough. If you notice, Joe shot 652, 694 at handicap and had no chance.
Yeah, when Christian's 784, 847.
With your bowling ball. I'm still trying to figure that out. He can't strike with his own. He can strike with yours, but you don't shoot 784 with yours. He shoots it.
No, he knew I had a lot
with yours. I mean, what's going on there?
He knew there was a lot of strikes left in those balls that I gave him. So.
Yes. He's waiting for you to give him a few more, incidentally.
Take out the rack.
Tom's got a lot on the rack.
I do have a bunch. Yeah, a lot of other, Lewis Martin bowled well, 678 with 714. Our good friend Andy subbed for Eddie Foods, and He had a 227 last game.
Lou Martin, I like the way Lou Martin throws the ball. Got out of the box with 266. Struggled in game 2. Was lucky to get a win and then lost the last game. But anytime you go 3-1, that's what you really want to do in this league is go 3-1. 2-2 is you're not picking up anything on anybody. 3-1's the team's got a chance. Their team had 3 3-1s, and even Joe's lost 4. They still won 15-9, and Chris took 4 of those points, so they really won 15-5 other than Chris.
Chris was a one-man show.
Chris was a one-man show.
So, I know Chris is watching from home today, so good job, Chris.
Sorry about your last name, Chris. One of these days I'll get it, bro.
Just have it
Please
changed.
forgive me.
Change it.
Just change it to Chris P. It's a lot easier on us.
That's exactly right. I gotta type it out. I get writer's cramp. All right, I did see this one coming. Match number 3, that's for sure.
Well, it's a very interesting team. We've seen them on the live telecast. We've seen them on 25 and 6. Jared Eisenberg really bowling well with 646, 2-2. But Kevin Day, who has really struggled, 656 with the sweep, and Chris Rich with the sweep. Anytime you get 2 bowlers with the sweep, that's 8. That's a third of the points already. So if the other 2 bowlers can bowl well, and there it is, 21 and 3. That's the set that's going to pick up a lot of wood on the league. Anytime you get 20 and up, you know you're climbing the ladder.
Yeah, Gary Sykes' matches against Jared's pretty good. It was 727, 718 with Jared pulling that out.
Well, Barry Sykes really having an off night with the week before shot 700, 279 the last game.
Back-to-back 270.
And a week later, 533. Ray Stevens didn't bowl that bad, but Chris Rich just bowled fantastic with 688. Ray 0-4. Barry Sykes 0-4. That's a much better team than 3 points. They had to go home very distraught because they were on a roll. They had about 3 weeks in a row where they really climbed the ladder. All of a sudden, they gave it all back in 1 week. So
they're top 5.
They've got to, they've got to start again now.
After the lightning strikes, they jumped up to 2nd place.
Lightning strikes with Jared Eisenberg bowling very well. Clark Holloman taking 3, even though he only bowled 596. He's got a lot of handicaps. 719 with handicap. They're going to be tough.
They are, and I think their average are pretty much going to stay the same. This is their last week's average that they entered with, but I'm pretty sure they're pretty close to that after 21 games. So this is a team I think is a real deal.
I like their total at 29-31. There's a great number. 2,900 in this league is going to get you 20 points in most cases.
Careful.
Yeah, I know.
That's your stupid corner.
Yes, I better be careful.
Shoot 3,000, lose 20. No 3,000 yet.
We're going to have a 3,000 real soon. Maybe position round night. What do you think? You want to bet a chicken Caesar from our delicious food in our snack bar? All right, chicken Caesar, you're on.
All right.
There it is. Looks like I'm going to be eating free in 2 weeks.
I eat free too.
Thank you.
Throwing Robert Eddie's tab. All right.
Don't say that too loud.
He doesn't watch this. All right. This is match number 4. This is a split. This is the Dream Team Fig Jam Alert against our friend Larry Lippman and Killer Tomatoes. They're going to have a split that night.
Well, Ice Water Lee Ratchin with a 3-1, Ricky Ward with a 3-1, and Dave Stolfer with a 3-1, but they only won 12-12 because they couldn't win team games. And Larry Lippman, who really bowled bad the week before, I'm so happy for Larry, shot 644, went 3-1, 758 with handicap. He apologized to me after bowling 430, and I said, you'll do better, just relax a little bit. And lo and behold, the next week, 200 pins higher for 3 games scratch. So good for him. I'm glad he bowled well. 12-12. Ricky Ward with 698. So the last 2 weeks, right at 1,400. Ricky's starting to pick it up a little bit. Stolfer at 705, averaging right at 240 for the league. Allshire slowly climbing the mountain at 222. I figured a lot higher scores for him, but we're only about 25% in. So this team, once they start rolling, they can pick up some ground real fast.
Yeah, Ricky Ward had the 698 with his 175 game. Then he goes 278, 245.
Yeah.
So he's really getting dialed in.
Well, Ricky's on a mission. You know, Ricky now runs our pro shop, so he has to explain his bowling to every customer that comes in now. So there's no excuses.
Just don't watch me on Wednesday. That's the excuse he has. Not now. He's bowling fantastic. And then he had that match against Schumacher, the 30 frames across the house.
That was fantastic. We had to move the camera. We followed him across the house. We kind of figured, they bowled 1 ball a frame. We kind of figured Ricky's score was over 290 across the house. He knocked over 290 pins in 30 deliveries. 290 in 30 deliveries, which is out of this world. Had 1-8 count, maybe 4 or 5 9 counts, and the rest were strikes. No practice balls. They started on lane 19, they ended on lane 50, and he destroyed Mike Schumacher.
$300.
You have $300,
But that's
$10 a frame.
That's how it started. Schumacher was what, like?
Schumacher was
11
ahead
out of
about 10,
12?
11 frames, then all of a sudden he fell apart. Had a couple 6 counts, and Ricky jumped on that. You don't give that to a 6-time PBA champion and start throwing 6 counts in a 10-count frame. You can't win. No way.
That was one of the coolest things I've seen in a long time.
It was cool. Hopefully when we get our roving camera in, we can really follow it close. I have a feeling the 30-frame game you're going to see many more of in our league once our roving camera can get behind every pair. We've got it coming. It's going to follow every pair. It's remote control, and it should be in about a month, we're hoping. But if we start having 30 framers, we have a feeling there might be more than one of them happening at the same time, and we're really hoping for that.
I won't give away how we're going to do this because people steal it, you know. But
yeah.
What else was exciting is I left early, and Larry Jr. put my stuff away. So I pulled in my driveway, and I was watching on my phone. I didn't go in the house for 20 minutes. I was watching on my phone. It
was exciting.
Yeah,
I loved it too. I really loved it. I'm learning a lot as well because I've never seen anything quite like that, incidentally, and I've been around action for 55 years. I've never seen a match, 1 ball per frame for 30 frames. So the perfect game is 300.
Yep.
If you throw 30 strikes in a row, you get 300. If you throw 39 drops in a row, you got 270. Right? 38 drops, 240.
Yep.
But it was great to watch. We tried to keep the camera on him. Of course, in the end, I was 30 frames, 30 lanes away from calling lanes 49 and 50. We're on 27 and 8, but it was great.
It was fantastic.
Just a lot of fun to watch.
Yep, absolutely. If you didn't see it, you can go back and watch it on a live stream from last week.
Might see it again this week. You never know.
Man, that was.
I don't know who wants to bowl Ricky on that.
No,
Ricky showed me something there. He hasn't bowled that well, and all of a sudden there he was. 1 ball on a lane, no practice. I don't think anybody can out-execute him.
Especially at the end too. But I mean.
Yeah.
He blew right past Schumacher.
Oh yeah.
And last.
He was even for 10 frames, then it was over. Once he got ahead, it was done.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Ricky loves it. He loves the action. A lot of guys want to beat him. Anytime you can say you beat a 6-time PBA champion, who beat Walter Ray Williams for a title, Pete Weber for a title, and Norm Duke for a title. Anytime you can say you beat the great Ricky Ward, you've really done something.
He's my double partner for senior state this year.
Ricky Ward is.
Yeah.
Ooh, I have to go up and root for you.
Can't wait.
Will you pay my expenses?
Absolutely.
Will you buy me a chicken Caesar?
Whatever you want.
Well, okay, so I'm going to have to take a ride.
All right.
I
The
love
next
free
match
food.
was this is a powerhouse match. Big B tournaments, and the Goats. They're both top 5 teams. Of course, the Goats are in first, and I think Big B was in 5th or 4th last
Well,
week.
the Goats had 2 bad weeks, stayed in first, and like I said, if they're staying in first with an 8 and a 10, which they had won the 2 previous weeks, all of a sudden they're going to roll again. They're too good a team. They're a veteran team, and there it is with 18 and 6. And Doug Lozen, Brandon Carlton, Robert Hilton, and Wayne Toplin are a very good team.
Great team.
And they got beat pretty bad. I'm sure they were kind of disappointed. They really bowled well all year. This was their first real bad night. A 6-point night is not good when you're in the top 5. But the Goats stayed in first. Right now, I think they've been in first 5 or 6 straight weeks.
Yeah, but I think from beginning to, except for Larry Littman's team was in first.
Yeah, I think they've been in first for 6 weeks. And if you'll notice, all 3-1s, that's fantastic. 27-80 total, beating 26-86. They lost the first game, and after that, they just rolled. Fantastic. 4 3-1s. I don't think we've seen 4 3-1s. Pretty tough number for all bowlers to do that.
No.
Yeah, it's great to see. Great to see a veteran team do that.
I think the key to the Goats is Jay Rucker. He calms everybody down. He kind of knows what to do. He kind of lines them up. I think that's a reason why they're very successful. Is because
they got a break with Clayton McCollum bowling 5-0-2 against Doug Lozen, who really bowled bad. 166, 156 his last 2 to go 1 and 3. The man bowled 5-0-2 and won 3 points. That's a break because that's not going to happen too much. So they've got to get him bowling better. But Ice Martinez, House Brown, and of course Jay Carey and the team. House Brown's last game, 142. Obviously, that didn't hurt him. They got a break there. They didn't lose. The Goats, first place.
Yeah.
With the house. The house is in the house.
Yeah. Heading up for Jay Rucker. He's a secret weapon on that team.
A great veteran.
All right. This is another great match. This was our Beagles team against Pfister's team.
Well, Pfister's with the Golden Broom, and Billy Morgan finally coming to life with 686. He's too good. But yet they only won 16 points. The team's in a lot of trouble. They're in 8th place because they're just not consistent. If they bowl good, Billy bowls bad. If Billy bowls good, they bowl bad. They've got to click in order to make a move because I don't believe that 8 team with 1 bowler bowling good and the rest struggling are going to make any moves in this league game. All got to click the same night.
Ron Richards bowling pretty well, except for last week. Billy's starting to get a feel for the house. I just wish Andy Cox would just.
And you see the great Dennis Beagle with a 233 average gets swept, goes 0-4.
Well,
I wouldn't bet on that, no matter who's bowling him. But Pfister is a fantastic bowler, very underrated bowler, 3rd high average in the league right now. And Beagle bowled great. I think 679 is great bowling. Didn't win a point.
Well, he's bowling Pfister's coming 208. He's averaging 230.
Yeah, he's coming in 208.
Yeah.
Now his average is going to change now.
Oh, yeah,
so now he's going to lose handicap. So he might have a problem now. He's got to take the 90% of 233, which is nothing. He's going to get nothing.
He has 1 more week left, and then he has to use the league average. But
very interesting to watch that. I would never bet on Beagle going 0-4. Too good a bowler.
No, he beat him scratch the first 2 games. No, this is the first game only.
Yeah, the first game only. Got a break. A lot of handicap, like you say, 208 average, and bowled well.
Yeah, Beagle's fantastic. Yeah, Andy's still struggling. Shot 568. Shot 150 his last game.
Yeah, Andy is so below average. Now he's going to get a lot of handicap.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, and he's a good bowler. That's sort of interesting with Beagle losing his and Cox getting a lot of handicap. That could be a wash, and that could help the team.
Definitely, absolutely. They're in 8th place. They do struggle. They're still in the top 8.
Yeah, not bad actually.
Yeah, and Brightview Financial, they were in 2nd last, so they dropped to 3rd.
Brightview Financial has held its own all year. Again, Tyler Flood and Bobby Hammerton, Scott Chukowski, John Pfister from over in Cape Coral. Cape Coral team. They all know each other well. They bowled with each other well for years. So some good chemistry on that team. They'll hold their own. They're going to be in the top 5 all year, in my opinion.
I think so. Even when the handicaps change, it should be their real deal team, I think. All right, match number 7 is going to be the OMWB against the Port Charlotte team of Daniel Gacera and Billy Seymour. I should call Billy Seymour's team.
Billy Seymour bowling great, carrying the team with 742, 29-28 is a big number, 17 points. And of course, Donnie Schwartz with a sweep senior. The young man, his son, 3-1. So they go 7-1 as a father and son team. That's where you want to be at 7-1. And Billy Seymour right behind him at 3-1. Daniel Gacera bowled, decent, but again, nothing compared to what I would think he, he's way below his average. Although that's very interesting. Now he could be getting a lot of handicap because he came in with very little. Am I right?
I came in 210.
Came in the league with 210. That's it.
Yeah, 216. Now he dropped to 210. I think.
210. Okay.
The new average is 210. This is a new average.
But they're way down. But then again, that's an explosive team. If Seymour and Gacera start striking, that team can make giant moves.
Well, I know Billy Seymour's in a strike because he strikes like every week now.
Yeah. He's figured it out. In his last 2 games, he lost 4 pin and count, 68 and 58. Looks like he had 20 out of 24, maybe 21 out of 24, right in there somewhere, 742.
Yeah,
good bowler.
He's absolutely fantastic. I like watching him bowl. I like watching Daniel bowl too, but I like when he strikes.
Like Matt Hodgman went 3-1 with a 164 in the middle. Look at that team's second game: 156, 154, 192, 164. And never recovered 7 points. That second game seemed to capture him, and they never got loose after that.
Yeah, it's like a Port Charlotte team went average 1,000 game 2 and 3. It's tough to beat.
Boy, that's a lot of striking.
Absolutely.
That 29 is a big number, and they were 25-71 with 357 pins. That's a lot of handicap. About 120 a game, 119 a game. Pretty cool.
It is, absolutely. All right, this is an unfortunate match. Match number 8. Our good friend, the Stupid Corner. These guys can't catch a break.
Well, Anthony Ivanchik, Jim Shirk, Bob MacGyver, and Chris Hubert both got the brooms. And Anthony Ivanchik, a broom, 3 sweeps out of 4 bowls. I don't think we've seen that so far. That's a first. When you get the broom, you know you've done something. And obviously, the Stupid Corner team struggling. Mike Boyd got beat bad. Scott White led the bad, 497 for Scott, much better bowler than that.
Absolutely.
And they just struggled all night with 3 points. They're buried in the 22nd place, so they've got nowhere to go but up. But again, when the handicaps change, that's what I'm really waiting for. Even though a team's in 22nd, with 28 weeks to go, if their handicap goes up to 150, 175 pins, which it could because their averages are low, then we've got something very different. Right now, they've got a very low handicap at 96 pins per game. They're under 100, so their handicap's going to go up quite a bit. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, this team's a team that shoots 20 every week and can win.
Yeah.
And they shoot 25 and they just get
Yeah, they
steamrolled.
got beat bad.
But I guarantee you that at the end of the season, the top 8 teams will make the playoffs. This team will be one of them.
You feel that way?
I know it. This
Really?
team, yeah, absolutely. To the corner, yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Caught a lot of bad breaks.
Yeah.
They're good chemistry.
They
team.
lost. That's a team that lost twice with over 2,800, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, there you go.
That's why they
That's a reversal at 20 seconds, maybe 13th or 14th, and all of a sudden they
At
actually.
worst, they should be a 13.
Yeah. Okay. So
Absolutely.
they really got a bad break. So luck of the draw. A lot of times that's the way it is in bowling.
You run the
So
hot
luck of the draw. You
teams
get a
and-
bowler on the wrong pair. It's a left-handed pair. He's bowled bad for a month. All of a sudden he's got a pair that holds up. He shoots 780 at you. And the next 3 weeks or 2 before and 1 after, he's got 630s, and it's just the luck of the draw.
Yeah, I saw Michael Boyd after they bowled Wednesday. He said, "Be nice." We didn't win very much.
Michael Boyd's very nice.
Great guy. I like
Yes,
that.
he's a great
I enjoy
guy.
talking to
Avid
him.
bowler. Him and his wife Kelly. They love to bowl together. They watch each other bowl. They're a great team.
They're fun. All right, this is match number 9, and Beach Bowl is making a comeback. They're just running through the
Big
field.
James Oswalt is motivating the team with his action bowling. He went 3-1. Jerry Melancic 3-1 with 761. A great series. He came up to tell me what he bowled while we were on the air, and that's the number. Anybody shoots 760, come see me while I'm on the air, and I'll definitely commend you on some great bowling. Mark Pulaski Sr. steady with 668, and Dwayne Billy, Darren Lamar, Justin Aldridge, and Joe Lassick still in the 114th place. But now you don't want to take 8 points when you're getting ready to have a position around that. Knocked them down a little bit. And again, the best on the team's a couple of 2-2s. But Big James and Jerry 3-1s, 2978, second high total in the league. For
Absolutely, almost
team
had
total.
3,000.
Almost shot 3,000. And look at their first 2 games, 10:08 and 10:47. Last game down to 9:23, and naturally they lost it to 9:67. They had a great shot at 3,000. I'm waiting for the first 3,000.
Oh, absolutely, it's coming.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
I mean, look at Mark Pulaski Sr. against Dwayne Billy. Total 719 to 721. Dwayne Billy swept that.
Just lost by 2 pins there.
Look at Joe Gatewood against Joe Lassick.
Oh, Gatewood snuck it out by a pin. I didn't see that. Wow.
All of them were like that. Big game James 786 against Aldridge 767.
Wow,
That's in 20
767
pins.
going 1-3. That's got to make you really wonder.
That 16-8 is very deceiving.
Yeah, that's a good team. I like the Beach Bowl team.
Oh, they're fantastic.
I
think
like
they're
that.
definitely
Joe
a good team.
Gatewood, that's got good chemistry on that team. Mark Sr. bowling very well this year after
Jerry's
having
bowling
serious
great.
foot operations
Right.
last week, 299. Definitely holding his end
Big
up.
game James, the people's champ. He's
Big
just solid.
James Game, the greatest carry in the world.
Love that guy, man.
And I'll carry Belmonte.
I think that team's going to
I
be.
think.
I think that team's good. One of the top 3 teams. One
Wow.
without a doubt.
Look at Team 9 Caps. 2 golden brooms, 19 points where you want to be, and somehow they beat Clark, Rizzo,
the kids.
Pulaski Jr., and Schumacher, who was really bowling well, and with that 5 points, that really knocked them down quite a bit.
Absolutely.
And he even got a sweep again with Dustin Clark. I think that's his 2nd or 3rd sweep. But after that, the team did nothing. Couple 0-4s, Rizzo and Schumacher, not good.
Nope.
The 2 lefties got beat bad, must have drew a bad pair. And between them, 569 and 631, exactly 1,200 scratch. Not enough with those 2 bowlers. Those are the 2 that really have to carry the team. Pulaski Jr. obviously is going to hold his own. But Rizzo probably his first bad night of the new league season.
569.
Yeah, he had just had an 800
822
and 2 or 3 or 4 700s at the start of the season. All of a sudden, 569, bad pair for Rizzo.
I guess now so it must be a lefty killer that lane.
Yeah, and Schumacher not good either. But yet he bowled Ricky Ward after the 631. I guess he has no fear.
No, you just want to skip that.
Now, if I shot 631, I wouldn't be bowling Ricky Ward, believe me.
Not lefty on lefty.
If I shot 731, I wouldn't be bowling Ricky Ward.
Maybe I'll buy a bowl righty.
Yeah, I'd bowl you.
I would bowl me too.
Providing you spot me pins.
Yeah. I mean, glad to see Bobby Taylor's back. He's been struggling. Shot
Bobby Taylor
669.
669 on a tough pair for the lefties. Interesting, he bowled and beat all the lefties.
High lefty.
High lefty. Bobby Taylor, veteran player, very good bowler,
Hall of
very
Famer.
underrated. Hall of Famer here in Southwest Florida. Great to see Bobby bowling well, but unfortunately, Mike Schumacher bowled the wrong lefty.
He did. He sure did.
Yes, he did.
All right, match number 11 is going to be the Team 11 against Chuck Rucker's Team number 2, Franken Beans.
Look at Robert Seeley with 665, 3-1, and then Joe Smith right behind him with a sweep, and Mike Smith finally bowling well with a 3-1. They're in 20th place. They took 16 points. That's the team that I really thought would bowl very well over the course of the season. Mike Smith really struggling, but now with handicap coming in, especially Craig Streetzel, who is really a good bowler, who is just having a horrendous start to this year's league season. So we're looking to see what happens now, because with the handicap kicking in, that's a team that really needs it.
They do. They really need, after the first week, they really need some help.
Yes, they do.
Help is coming.
Mike Durkin, 1-3. Brad Zielinski, 0-4. Chuck Rucker, 1-3. And Reggie Kahn in the middle with the sweep. They only took 8 points. That's a team that was right up there. All of a sudden now dropped to 7th, a little erratic the last few weeks.
Yep.
So, again, everything's going to start changing. I'm really excited about the handicap kicking in, the real handicap. This conditions handicap
So is half the league.
is going to really change everything.
I had complaints about this handicap system, 21 games, but they voted it in.
Well, it's...
I said no, but I was overruled.
Well, next year they'll change it. They'll
Yeah.
have the option to have a year under their belt. Obviously, we know next year it's going to be 30 to 36 teams. We've already heard about a lot of teams going to make the move here to Wednesday night. We know they're going to come. Very popular league. The live streaming, the live recaps, the great food, the great service. Obviously, and the lanes aren't as easy as people might think. This is a house condition. It's not a challenge shot. It's not a sport shot. But it's a little tougher now as a house condition. A little tougher than I thought it would be. It's tougher than what we wanted, but it's very fair, and that's what we want. We want parity, and it looks like we've got it.
It's too late to change a shot. It's
Can't change the shot now. Too late. The last thing you want to do.
We know what we can do to make it easier, but we're not.
We can't.
Yeah, it's hard. It's too far into the season. So.
Too far in now.
But
25% in. We got to let them go with
Let
it.
them go. Let them ride. Let them figure it out. All right. The last match of the week was Rolling Thunder against the Boss's team.
Look, the boss got a sweep. Our
He did.
jobs are saved.
It
Now,
is, absolutely.
Robert Eddy got a sweep. Thank you, Robert, for saving my job. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I kind of figured if you went 0-4 with me here, possibly being your ball driller and coach, that I could be sent to the senior bowling center somewhere locally.
The Boss bowled 665. And he also bowled like 652 the night before. So I think he's finally figured out the house. He has the equipment right.
And look at Joaquin Scott Cobb and John Rakoski, his best night of the year. Rakoski has not been too happy about the conditions. He had 679 last week, 702 this week, 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, and a 4-0. They were 19th place. This could be an explosive team.
Absolutely.
With Joaquin Scott Cobb and John Rakoski. If Robert Eddy starts shooting low 600s, and these three guys behind him start striking, this team could go 20-4, 2-3 weeks in a row and be right in the hunt.
It will. It's funny. You get Jock Con's at 650 to 170 game right in the middle. Doesn't help.
And it's the boss's team. I like that. The boss's team.
It's his team, but he won't give me a team
And
name
they
yet.
took 19 points. He must have made them an offer they couldn't refuse when they, when he went 19-4. Said he's had enough.
He's drinking mixed drinks. No more beer.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
I'm
Also,
sure he made an offer.
Bosses own a bunch of companies, but can't pick a name for his team yet.
I like the boss's team.
I do that.
I would like to be the captain of the boss's team.
And our bar manager John Totten took place of Ron, who ended up quitting the team. So
Oh, John
Totten,
did?
Yeah, it was first week.
And he went 1-3, but he bowled well with a 601, 694 handicap. 27-10 wasn't going to cut it against 28-94. There it is. You know what I did notice? There's a lot of teams struggling, but several teams now are hovering around the 2,900 number. Interesting. The ones that get going can get to 29 easy, it seems like, and the ones that struggle have no chance. And what's interesting is the Robert Eddy team has got their best week at 28.94, and this is a team now, keep in mind, that had 800 a few weeks back. They weren't near 28.94, so they're starting to roll.
They got wrecked a few weeks ago, like 22-2 or something. So I'm glad to see them bowling well.
Yep.
Glad to see a smile on John Rakowski's face once in a while.
John Rakoski does not like to lose. He is a serious competitor, and losing is not in his agenda. And I'm glad that John bowled well, because I want to see Robert Eddy bowl well, because I need my job.
Here's our check.
Yes.
Bought this place.
Yes.
All right, so that's it for this week. We did this on Monday. We probably start doing these on Monday for a while. Our schedule's a little tricky right now, so recaps will be done on probably Monday nights.
I like working Monday nights because the Boss Bowl's Monday night, and we've got a very good league here on Monday night.
Trios.
Very competitive Trios League. That league's going to pick up next year as well. We're already getting inquiries from several team captains in other leagues, so for any of you out there that are interested in our league schedule or want to come talk to me and Tom or Chuck Rucker, we can tell you about our leagues, our added money, our handicap system, and give you our synopsis of how the season's going so far here. We are extremely happy with the start of the new season. Our customers are happy. The food is great. Come on over and check us out. And don't forget, action every Wednesday night at 10:30, live action till midnight. We have a lot of viewers from around the United States watching, and we're getting a lot of compliments.
Rudy Reds.
Rudy Reds Kazamakis was watching last week.
Great.
Wayne Chester watching from Australia. People from around the United States, New England, California, the Midwest, Texas are all watching, and we're honored that all of you are watching the live streaming. And get ready for the roving camera. It's coming.
What about Fred Callahan? He's from Connecticut, right?
Fred Callahan, his family has owned the Newington Bowlerama since 1959. Original owners. What a job they've done supporting bowling.
Yeah.
And they've kept the house traditional. There is not one speaker, one glow light, nothing in front of the foul lights. It's one of the few bowling centers with a clean ceiling like this one. No glow, no arcade look. It's a true bowling center.
Traditional.
And the Villages has that with the Ducats. I don't know if you know that.
Did not
Very
know that.
Traditional bowling center as well. We're traditional. We're adding a few things, but we like to keep the bowling tradition here.
There'll be lights here, don't worry.
Oh yeah. Well, probably Saturdays and Sundays.
Also, this league for next year, we are getting a lot of inquiries, so we're only going to go with 48 teams next year. We're not going to fill 50 lanes. We're going to keep a breakdown pair.
Yeah, we'll probably maybe 2 breakdown pairs. I'd love to see the league with 46.
Yeah,
Maybe the end
we're
pairs
definitely
or the
gonna have-
breakdown pairs.
They'll have 46. So
Yeah, yeah.
if you have a team that you think are really going to bowl next year and
Yeah.
committed to bowl, let me
Yeah.
know so I can hold your spot.
And the sponsor fee's going to go up, and it's
Yeah.
all going to be added prize money. We haven't decided yet on a sponsor fee. I like $300 to $500 for the sponsor fee, 100% payback. I think we can fill.
You're rich.
I really do. I think our live streaming is going to get us to fill because we want to mention every sponsor.
Absolutely.
So we might have streaming, we might have other things that we can do for them, and their logos we can show. We want to do everything we can to promote local businesses here at Lightning Strikes.
Absolutely, for our bowlers. Also, action bowling was fantastic. So if anyone wants to come down and bowl or watch or any ideas, what matches you want to see, let us know. We were getting a lot of the Naples guys versus Fort Myers guys. Everybody wants that match. It's going to happen. It just their
I
schedule.
figured during the holiday season when people don't have to work on a Thursday or a Friday, we're going to see the place fill. That's going to happen.
You'll see Collier Huff versus
Yeah, there'll be some people coming down.
Lee and Stouffer.
Coming down from Bradenton, Sarasota, maybe somebody will take a ride across the alley and challenge the house. That's been known to happen too.
Yeah, but yeah,
I used to walk in, get on the microphone, and say, "I will bowl anyone on their pair," and I got takers, and I lost. Sometimes I won, but we're going to see that here. Action's wonderful. Tune in, you'll see it.
All right. Well, Wednesday's coming close, so we'll see you shortly.
See you Wednesday.